Sure, I'll do a video. Long time no going Berserk, huh fellas? This is almost definitely the longest I've been away from YouTube, not counting the chapter I reviewed a couple months ago because it's my favorite chapter. I think it's because I was still kind of processing what happened, if I'm being quite honest with you. Still doesn't really seem real. I started this YouTube venture in 2016 because of one single man and his astonishing work. I never realized before then that something could be so, well, Berserk. Before Berserk, I really can't say I had a fandom I actually cared about. After the devastating news over a year ago now, I figured I'd stop making YouTube videos altogether. But with very recent, less devastating news and very recent delivery of content within said news, I'm back to yap indefinitely. I'm gonna do a very late 364 review, catch everybody up, myself included, myself only actually, and then run right into 365 and 366, not necessarily in that order. And then I'll recap 367, not necessarily in this video. So, as per usual Stoggle fashion, I'm just going to summarize the chapter and give you my typical uninsightful thoughts, all while trying my hardest not to cry. Berserk, episode 364. What will this reunion under the full moon bring? I'm sure you guys remember the last chapter. Moon Kid showed up out of nowhere, from Guts' perspective anyway. We saw the full moon in prior chapters and, well, Moon Kid shows up at full moons. It's common Zerk knowledge at this point. We also saw Griffith's hair changing in a full moon in a prior chapter. First panel, we see the Moonlight Child glistening in the moonlight. I wonder if that's why he's called Glistening in the Moonlight Child. Guts asks why he's here of all places. Like lightning, moon lightning that is, the child zooms around Guts and Shadow Colossus onto his caped backside. The door opens to the gang, Isidro, Shirka, and unfortunately Serpico, and the elves and the fish. Enter Dad. Everyone's surprised to see the Moonlight Boy. Pretty cute. The kid is seemingly searching Gutso's hair for bugs, or perhaps simply admiring his spikiness. The gang is delighted to see the boy again. The lady elf wonders if the kid somehow stowed away on their journey to the island. What a stupid elf. Everyone knows the boy travels via spirit tree. It's common Zerk knowledge at this point. He has no use for water vessels. Shirka announces something very unexpected to me. She thinks the kid is Danan, the Flower Storm Monarch, taking this form to watch over them. She's like super sure of herself too. Turns out she's just as dumb as her elf. Suddenly Isidro looks like a genius. Puck tells the Flower Monarch to dress appropriately, and is very embarrassing for everybody involved. But then the real Danan enters and squashes Shirka's asinine and plain ignoramic idea into the dirt where it belongs. And who might you be? Danan explains that the boy does not originate from the island. Epic fail, epic face, courtesy of Monkey. If I were Shirka, I'd die right about now. Mooney is distracted by something, but Guts has other plans. He asks for him to be taken to Casca. Casca, in the midst of gabbing with her gal Farnese, is finally able to see her child while fully aware for the first time. The boy immediately jumps into her arms. She asks how he got there, and we get confirmation that she has memories of her life while being mentally stunted. We see the full moon thing reiterated, and we hear about Shirka's stupid moonflower theory again. What a dumb, stupid little girl. Guts looks to the sky, pondering. Casca lays down with her kiddo. At first glance, she seems content, but something about her expression seems off? Almost like she knows what's about to happen. Almost as if observing the events that are occurring. The morning comes, and the boy's still here. Surprising for a lot of reasons, especially since time moves faster in the outer world, and the full moon should be long gone by now, right? Or am I getting that backwards? I'm not a science guy. Danan explains that time is muddled here. I guess it's not just slower, but a little more complicated than that. Fair enough. It seems Casca will be able to spend some time with her kid. How nice. They're all outside now, and the boy just kind of messes around for a bit. He picks up one of these guys from Hollow Knight. Moon Kid is just an ordinary boy, and definitely does not share his body with an evil bat/bird-like figure. As I explained several years ago, this is not possible. The kid possesses no malice. When in this form, it seems he is truly just a little frickin' snot-nosed child. They go fishing, they have a picnic, classic day in the woods fun. Little fucker steals a cloth though. Somebody needs to whip that boy right into shape, lest he go berserk. So I guess this whole montage happens over a few days. Casca and the kid have gotten some quality time together. Farnese suspects this is helping Casca overcome her trauma to a degree. I really hope so. Serpico says something really sweet too. In this single phrase, Serpico became important again. Man, this chapter so far is a real feels good for everyone involved. I know it's a setup for a hard hitter later on, but it's really great to see all the same. Shirka thinks about the whole family thing and how, well, Guts isn't there. He's off by himself, as Guts are wont to do. Classically slicing using his oldest friend, Sword. He swings and loses grip. His hands shake. I guess his extremely intensive / berserk lifestyle is catching up with him faster and faster. He throws a knife at a fruit and whiffs right past it. Maybe the current stress is just getting the best of him. He looks toward his armor and acknowledging that without it, he'd be long dead by now. Suddenly, a dark figure emerges from inside the suit. Oh god, whatever could it be? Oh, it's just this little fucker. Shit, there he goes again. Stab him, Guts. Stab the thief to death for what he's done. The kid picks up a stick, and the epic showdown between these two begins. So freaking epic. Epically cute, maybe. This is wholesome, to say the least. Or is it? Back to Casca and the gang. It's snack time. Where is that little fricker? Dad sends him on his way. Man, I wish Guts could be around Casca right now. I guess it's just not the time to stress her out. That really sucks. We get an insight into Casca's feelings. With her child, she feels, well, berserk. Or at home, I mean. She thinks all the way back to the time the child saved his mother from the foul spirits of the conviction arc. He was with her way back then, protecting her. She awakens and spots son with dad. We see black turn to white right before Guts' eye. A voice speaks of his own dream, a dream of being a child. Upon awakening, the feeling of longing fades. Griffith, with a tear in his eye, appears before us and them. Whoa. What a chapter. Who would have guessed Moon Boy was Griffin? Not me, and I have video proof. Wasn't it cool that Guts fought with Griffith again, but he didn't even know it? If he was trying even a little bit, he could have knocked that fucker out right then and there. If any chapter had to be the final chapter that Miura got to write and draw, I guess I'm glad it was this one. These three reunited in a way. Such a powerful episode in every regard. We might have all known it would come one day, but the way Miura delivered it was next level. This episode was beautiful. If it ended here, once and for all, well, that would have been okay with me. But alas, there is more. I guess I could have split this into 3 videos, but it isn't very Berserk to split things. Berserk, episode 365. Right off the bat, man. The art is still Berserk. If you don't know the situation we Berserkos are in regards to how these chapters are being made since the passing of Miura-sama, well, his studio assistants and an old mangaka friend of his are finishing the bish. And this is the first chapter of said finishing. How long will it take? Who knows? But what I do knows is that I'm here for it. Puck freaking soars through the night sky above the elvish forest of Elfhelm. This guy doesn't even know what's about to happen. A spider sense tingles his fairy-like elfish body. The mer people are notified as well. Not only do the sentient beings of this land feel it, but the frog beings as well. As do trees and as do unicorn. An evil is upon us. A terrible being of ultimate power. I'm paraphrasing for this guy. Casca steps forward, past Shirka and into something she, nor I, nor we, am prepared for. She stops cold. There stands Guts. But in front of him, what? Who? Casca's brand bleeds. Her vision fades. She's brought back to a time of pain, of fear, of evil. It's him. Her brand erupts. It's Griffith. Casca's utterly defeated. Guts is enraged. The beast of darkness makes its way up his back. He readies himself. God damn, does this page go berserk? He races toward his old friend, Griffith unwavering, almost as if observing the events that are occurring and not caring. Guts raises the Dragon Slayer in furious, hate-filled passion, and Griffith tells us that even though the chapter is over, to keep reading, for there is another in this very issue. Look, I don't mean to make light of the situation, folks. This is crazy. We knew it'd be crazy, whichever way it shook out. I just didn't think we'd ever get to see it. Berserk, episode 366. Berserk slams his sword downward with all his might, the strength of 1,000 normal men. But we've seen this before. Long ago, Guts swung the very same sword at the very same bird with somewhat negative results. It's common Zerk knowledge at this point. Like it's nothing, Griffith sidesteps the blade. Almost like air, Griffith wisps behind his former companion, and without a second thought, Goots moves to strike again. Berserker eye in full view, Guts' iron heap hurtles at Griffith and goes right through him? What is this? Another one, but he stops. Griffith turns and strikes Guts with his own weapon, his all-knowing stare. Thousands, nay, hundreds of blows. A berserk amount of blows, really. So many blows, and then his final blows pose. Damn, guys, this manga still got it. But what the actual hell? Why can Griffith nay be strucketh? Shirka's spirit feels the gust of Fimto's. Farnese's spirit appears as well and beckons Shirka's back. That evil force should not be approached. Shirka's psyche anchored by a baller Farnese move, they retreat. Farnese and Shirka return to the physical realm and watch as Guts sweats. Is there nothing he can do? Confusion of the transformation, an actual untouchable Griffith. Things just aren't making sense for our boy. And then, of course, at the berserkest time probable, a new entity makes his way to Elfhelm. It breaks through the spirit branch and speeds past Puck. The winged shadow approaches like lightning. A giant claw-like paw clawed, paws at Guts. Guts, like lightning himself, darts away. It's the one. It's the only. It's Nosferatu Zodd. A fated Guts versus Zodd battle happens once more. Question mark? No way to know until next chapter, of which is coming, when did I say? July, which, if you didn't know, is soonishly. Now, I don't know about you, but that was action-packed. I liked it. I'm not really a complainer, so no complaints. The art, while noticeably not exactly the same before, is still above and beyond amazing. Berserk truly is continuing. It's unreal. It's surreal, really. Of course, 364 gave us more in terms of story and character building, but a few action chapters, and very impactful ones at that, is equally as welcome. What will happen next? Guts fights Zodd and wins? Zodd just carries Griffith away, leaving our gang in a confused state, but with perhaps a renewed sense of purpose? There is literally no way to know. What a freaking set of chapters, Mori and Miura. Well done. And another so soon. Boy, a berserk man such as myself might have to come out of retirement for such a thing. Let's just say Gigantomaxia might be getting a couple more chapter reviews here soon. But that's it for me, for now. May a clawed paw maw you in the jaw. I don't actually know what I just said. May the God hand bless you with a fist bump.